Judith Britton, future fellow Toastmasters, wonderful evening to all of us. Indeed, this night is the realization of our long-awaited dream to form this Toastmasters Club. Indeed, all of us, I see it in your eyes, that we are quite excited to have this Toastmasters to be put in reality. Now, let's start the ball rolling. Welcome to the general meeting of the IIEE-SQC Toastmasters Club. Let us start with Vice President Albert Ables to give us the welcome to all attendees by interim VP membership.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to welcome you all to the first Toastmaster Club. We would like to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Arlene Aguilar, Mr. Edgar Rapadas, Mr. Arnel Sargao, Mr. Benjardi Wong, myself, Albert Ables, Mr. Edward Hermosa, Mr. Franklin Robin, Mr. Robert Mabulay, Mr. Amado Taduran, Mr. Christopher Cagente, Mr. Floriano Kempis, and Mr. Erwin Peñones, and our interim president, Mr. Tony Taro. Welcome to the club.
And since, ladies and gentlemen, this is a proof that we are really a God-fearing organization, we need to have the invocation by Engineer Edgar Rapadas.
Good evening. Can we all please rise and let's put ourselves once again in the presence of our Lord. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father God, we just praise and thank you, Lord, for this very great opportunity for us for the IIEE-SQC Toastmasters Club General Meeting, O Lord. Thank you, Lord, for realization of this club. And as we go along, Lord, we just ask your guidance and blessings that we will be able to gain something out of this club, O Lord, and that we will be able to be good Toastmasters in the future. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Engineer Rapadas. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that each one of us inside this room is strongly believe that participating in this Toastmasters will bring us a lot of development or improvement in our many areas of our life. Let us welcome Engineer Arnel Surigao to introduce to us. He will do the introduction and recognition of TM Club advisors, interim officers and members by Interim Secretary Engineer Arnel Surigao.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters today. The first IIEE-SQC Toastmaster in Qatar. I was tasked to introduce and recognize our advisor, please welcome Ma'am Judith Britain for helping us realize for the realization of this Toastmaster Club IIEE-SQC. And also welcome to our interim officers, interim President Engineer Tony Tarog, interim Vice President Engineer Albert Taples, Engineer Benjamin, and fellow officers, Engineer Bulay, Engineer Tamado Tuturan, and the MC today, Engineer Arlen Aguilar, and to all Toastmaster to be for the IIEE-SQC Toastmaster Club. We welcome you all to the first general membership meeting. I hope and pray that this Toastmaster will go a long way, not only for us to grow, but also for the growth of the IIEE-SQC as a whole and as a family. Thank you.
At this point in time, have we asked ourselves, shall these Toastmasters clubs really be put into reality? This is the question that I think the next thing that Engineer Tony Tarog will give us the updates on the current status will answer the question that we have in mind.
Thank you, Arlene. I'm Judith Britton, fellow Toastmasters to be, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight I'm tasked with giving you a status report on our club. For now, this is our first meeting wherein all the, I see that everybody who is really interested has come. As of now, we have actually collected around 17 members are fully paid now for both all the international Toastmasters dues, and our numbers are growing. So tonight we are gathered to eventually dress out the minor kinks which are still stopping us from realizing our club. But tonight, we shall overcome that by having a nomination and election of the evening officers whose names will be the one that will be sent to the International Toastmasters Club to make our club membership official. Also, we shall be collecting all the dues that will be required. And tonight also our advisor will give us the final advices or instructions so that we will fully realize our dream of eventually having the Toastmasters Club. As we have envisioned, the IIEE-SQC Toastmasters Club is one of the tools whereby our engineers and other enthusiasts will be able to fully develop their leadership abilities so that we will be able to not only develop ourselves but to render more service to our fellow men and eventually to our beloved country. So tonight we shall be again, as I said, making the final modifications to our dream of realizing the Toastmasters Club. So that is the current status. And so tonight, thank you very much for coming, and hopefully we shall be able to realize this wonderful dream of eventually being real Toastmasters. Thank you very much.
Formation of the Toastmasters Club to be in reality is indeed in the hands of each and every one of us. The next thing is we need to hear the TM Club application formalities by Interim Vice President Public Relations, Engineer Jojo Wong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For our TM Club members application, we have a total of 22 members as a core member from the IIEE-SQC Toastmasters Club. So, just like Engineer Caro mentioned, so our club is becoming bigger. So we started from the 22 numbers. Hopefully by the next meeting, this will be doubled or more. Okay, that's all for tonight.
So far, as we have heard, we have the number or the statistics of the membership that we have. How about the formal payment and membership dues? We will be hearing these facts from our TM Club International by Interim Treasurer, Engineer Alex Briones.
Alex might be late for tonight, but so I'll try to pitch in. Actually, we have received a total of 17 fully paid members. And tonight we shall be collecting, so don't go away. Thank you.
I know, ladies and gentlemen, we are all excited to get into the peak point of our general meeting, but then we want to have our 15 minutes break. So each one of us now is free to have tea and coffee, I think.
Yeah, everybody's baka hindi pa kayo. Yeah, well, I think if everybody wants to take a break.
Our community in general. It will help us to become good leaders and it will enhance our communication skills. By this time, I think it's about time for all of us to speak out our ideas since we are forming this Toastmasters Club and we need people to be pillars of our Toastmasters Club. We are now approaching the nomination, election of Toastmasters Club President and officers, and it will be presided by Engineer Tony Tarog.
Thank you very much, Sir Arlene. Good evening again, fellow Toastmasters to be. By virtue of the authority given to me by the IIEE-SQC Board of Directors as interim chairman of the formation for the committee, I am now, the table is now open for the nomination of the officers for this club. The first position to be open for nomination is, of course, the president. And let me, if I may, I would like to nominate President Robert Mabulay as the president of the Toastmasters Club. Any other nominations? I would like to, this moment, I would like to get the assistance of Secretary Arnel. Can you please come over to the table so we can... the first nominee is Engineer Robert Mabulay. Any other nominations? Yes, Edgar.
Nominate Engineer Tony Tarog.
Second nominee is yours truly. Any other nominations? Yes, Albert.
I close the nomination.
The nomination has been closed and seconded. And yes, Mr. Robert.
It's not a nomination, rather a point of clarification. From my side, I think it should be the president. But before doing the election, I would suggest that could you brief them what are the tasks and responsibilities of the position, so that in the succeeding nomination will be spontaneous.
Yeah, in that case, I would like to get the help of our advisor regarding the, yes, I think it's a good point. Fellow Toastmasters, may I present our advisor to clarify the function of the president and the other set of officers for the club. Ma'am.
Okay. There are 7 officers to be elected in a Toastmasters club. That's the president, 3 vice presidents, that's vice president education, vice president membership, vice president marketing, and also, not marketing, but public relations, and then you have secretary, treasurer, and a sergeant at arms. Okay? Now, basically, the minimum number of officers that actually you can elect would be 3. The president, 1 vice president, and the sergeant at arms. 3 or 4. Also, treasurer, secretary could be together. So that's the minimum if you're having difficulty in doing that. But the election of officers tonight is for compliance with the charter application. As far as duties and responsibilities, these officers will undergo orientation and training within 2 weeks of election. So that will be organized. Actually, each officer will receive a manual. Okay, it's called Being. When I am the president, that's your manual. When I am the vice president for education, that's your manual. And all your tasks, all your duties and responsibilities are outlined in there. So there is actually, at this very moment, there is no use to enumerate all the tasks of the officers, because the officers will go through an orientation to be conducted by the area governor. Okay? Of course, the president is the leader of the club. The vice president education will be in charge of monitoring your development, the speeches that you do, the performance of the roles that you do here. So the vice president education is actually the mover of the club. The president is the title head, but it is the vice president education who will really put everybody in place for the completion of the project speeches. Okay, now the Vice President Public Relations, as you know, will deal with public relations. And the Vice President for Membership will deal with additional membership, maintaining the current membership and adding more members. The Secretary will keep the records. The treasurer will, of course, collect your money, separate you from your hard-earned money, and then the sergeant at arms is the logistics guy. The sergeant at arms is the one who's in charge of making sure that the meeting venue is ready. So the sergeant at arms usually will carry a suitcase, because it will contain all the materials that a club needs for a particular meeting. It will carry the banner of the club, the forms, probably the timer. You will have to really show us that you have a very good timer. You are all electrical engineers. You should see the timers of all the other clubs. They look really, really shabby. Okay? So if there's anything that you should be very, very famous for, it should be your timer. Okay? So yes, so the Sergeant at Arms will be in charge of making sure that the place is ready for the meeting. The microphones are functioning well, everybody has the place, okay? So basically those are the tasks and the responsibilities of the interim or the sets of officers. Okay? Yes?
Of course, thank you for elaborating on these functions and responsibilities. Could we also know their terms so that everyone...
Okay,
yeah.
right. Ordinarily, a club can actually meet twice a month. That is the minimum number of meetings a club should meet, twice a month. So if a club is meeting twice a month, then your term of office will be 1 year. The term of office of the officers will be from July 1st to June 30th. Now, if you're meeting every week, then the term of office of the officers will be only for 6 months. The turnover is faster because the officers are more exposed to a lot of activities. It's basically weekly, okay? Most of the clubs are meeting twice a month. That's every other or second or fourth Tuesday or first and third day of the week. We don't say every other week because sometimes a month has 5 weeks. You see? So if a month has 5 weeks, if you say every other week, then your whole schedule will go into shambles. But if you say first Monday or third Monday of the month, it doesn't matter whether you have a 5th week because you come first and third. Okay? So bear that in mind. Any other question?
Come on, guys. Open up.
Yeah.
It's for you to decide. Something.
Can we elect someone which is not you?
If the person is willing, generally no, because in a Toastmasters club we apply the parliamentarian rules, Robert's rules of order. So only those who are present should be elected. But you will learn later that probably during the second term of the next president that there will be, the election will be announced ahead of time. There will be an election committee actually. So everything is really in order in a Toastmasters club. There is an elections committee and it will be announced if the term starts in August, the election starts in May. So all the clubs will be electing their new sets of officers next month. And then there is the handover because the months of May and June will be the handover time, so that there will be a smooth transition from the previous set of officers to the incoming ones. And then, of course, there will be like the installation ceremony. You know, Toastmasters is steeped with traditions. So many traditions. Installation of officers is one of the milestones of a club. Elections as well. And then you apply the parliamentary rules like formal nomination and all that. There should be a quorum and all that stuff. We know all these things.
Yeah. So the term of the person who will be elected today will be up to May only, and we will go to an election again on May.
No, the term of office for those who will be elected will be until the end of June 30. Okay, but June 30, because you're just interim. You are still within the current year that started last June and will end started July 1st of 2009 and will end this year. So you are within that period. So if you're elected, you will only serve out the remaining time. But because you're starting, there's no point in electing an interim and then electing again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it would be good because the first set of officers is usually the best people that you elect. Yeah, they are usually the cream of the crop of the first club that you elect. So might as well make use of them for the entire year, you know. And then the leadership qualities also of those who are elected will be improved for the rest of the year rather than giving them only 2 months. Walang mangyayari doon. And then the training can also go further. And then the next wave of officers will come in. Kasi hindi ka pwede ma-re-elect eh. Consecutively, you cannot, it's not allowed. So usually, meron yung succession. Kung sino yung Vice President Education, usually automatic. Hindi naman automatic, kundi siya yung magiging presidente. Kasi, in effect, yung Vice President Education ang papatakbo ng club eh. Dahil siya yung in-charge ng speakers, siya yung maghahabol sa inyo educational kasi ang Toastmasters eh. So the VP Education, siya talaga yung heart nung club. So most of the clubs, pag VP Education ka na, ang next step mo is President. Pero not necessarily. Kasi minsan may mga bagong members na mag-join and then will prove to be better presidents the following year. So we are actually discouraging that. Pero ganun yung kumbaga, nandun yung pattern. You know, pag Vice President Education ka, of course, it's your time to be the president. Para ma-enjoy mo yung top position, having done the second position na talagang matrabaho. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Judith. Any other suggestions from the Toastmasters Club members? So actually tonight we are just formalizing the set of officers which have already been agreed before, except for the unsettled one, which is the president. No? The president, as I said, we have 2 nominees, Mr. Robert Mabulay and yours truly. So can we have Robert Mabulay to speak, to have this, acceptance or whatever? Can we please come over, Robert? Let's give a round of applause to wake up everybody.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you to Tony nominating myself. But from the beginning, I've been assuring my support to the group, so I feel that no need to nominate me as an officer. I will be there behind you, continue till the organization lasts. So I would like to give the chance to the other guys whom I feel are also capable in these positions. So rest assured that I'll support the organization and I don't feel you need me to nominate. I'm always there.
Do we interpret that as an acceptance or a declination?
Give chance to the others so we can...
Yes, okay, Robert would like to give way to the rest of the staff. I personally also would like to give the younger set of our members to have the, what you call this, the chance to be leaders for tonight. So since we have Robert already declined, and I'm intending to decline also on, because, as I said, we wanted to give a chance to the rest of the younger generations of the club. Actually, I'm 100 years old. Yes, sir.
Sir, paano namang iniwan yung mga, bago pa lang tayo, nagtatakbo na yung opisyan natin. Anong tibay ang asahan natin dyan?
No, actually, yes. Yeah, and as I said, we are here to, say, Robert and me are there to behind everybody to support. So let me open the table for nomination and for, aside from the two of us, if there are nominations. I would like no nominations. It was seconded already. In that case, by force majeure, I guess yours truly is, I have to, as I said, we are behind you, and but we would like to make sure that the next batch, in which case we have already the VP education, will be trained to be the next president. So, not reluctantly, but by force majeure, I will be accepting the nomination. Thank you very much, everyone. I would like to open now the table for the nomination for the Vice President Education. Incidentally, we would like to have 7 sets of officers as per claimed by our advisor. Yes, Jojo?
I would like to nominate Engineer Matsaduran for the position of Vice President Education.
Matsaduran, VP Education. Any other nominees, Albert?
I close the nomination.
Any objection? I'll second the motion. Let's have a word from Mats. Person yata ito
Good evening, hello engineers. First of all, I would like to thank for nominating me for the position of Vice President for Education. By force majeure, I accept your nomination.
I hope we don't change the name of our club to Force Majeure Club, no? Okay, I would like to open the table for the nomination for Vice President membership. Any nominees, please? Yes?
I nominate Albert.
Albert Douglas is nominated. Any other nominees? Any motion? Okay, the motion to close the nomination has been seconded. So Albert, do you have any acceptance speech?
No choice. I accept the position.
Thank you, Albert. That's one of the examples, gentlemen, of leadership, wherein we accept the challenges, whatever it may be, so long as it is for the welfare of the group. Let me now open the table for nomination for the Vice President, Public Relations. Any nominees, please? Yes, Albert?
I nominate Jojo Wong for Vice President.
Jojo Wong is, Benjardi Wong is nominated. Okay, the motion to close the nomination has been seconded. So, acceptance to speak from Ben Wong. Jojo, please come aboard.
Well, I think tonight's is a force majeure decision. So, I will accept the...
Thank you very much, Jojo, and congratulations. Let me now open the table for nomination for the Secretary. Any nominees? Yes? Anel Surigao is nominated. Any other nominees? Any motion? Any other motion? Secondly?
I close the nomination.
Oh, any secondees for the motion? Okay. Okay, so let's have another acceptance speech from Arnel Surigao.
Thank you. Well, tonight is a force majeure night. I accept the responsibility as a secretary.
Thank you, Amel. Now the table is open for the nomination for the treasurer. Any nominees from the body? Yes, Albert.
I nominate Erwin Pinones for treasurer.
Erwin Pinones is nominated. Any other nominees? Okay, Okay, Erwin, can you have your acceptance speech for tonight?
By force majeure, I accept the responsibility.
Thank you, Erwin. Now, last but not the least, we would like to open now the table for an able-bodied guy. Able-bodied, kailan malaki katawan nito kasi maraming dala, no? The table is now open for the nomination for the sergeant at arms. Any nominees from the body? Yes, Mats?
I nominate Lieutenant Edgar Palas.
Edgar Palas is nominated. Any other nominees, Albert?
I close the nomination.
Okay, Brian, can you come over for the acceptance speech?
Now this time I have to break the force majeure. No, Mr. Chairman, I decline since my term of employment, I don't know my status now. So I think I have to decline this time. And let's give another, I nominate
Edward.
Edward, due to the declination of the nomination, we would like to have another nominee for the records. Edward, what's the full name? Edward Hermosa is nominated as the sergeant at arms. Any other nominees from the body? Yes, Albert?
I nominate Engineer Kempis.
Engineer Campis is nominated also. Any other nominees? Okay, let's move to close the nomination. Any motion from the body? Okay, the motion has been moved and seconded, so we close the nomination. Now let's divide the house. Those in favor of who's it? Edward Hermosa, please raise your right hand. Alan, can you please count? They will count. For the next nominee is
Kempis.
Campis. Yes, for Campis. 7. Okay. So who is the majority? Engineer Campis is hereby elected as the sergeant at arms. Congratulations. Can you please come over for the acceptance?
So it's either you decline or by force majeure you accept. But I'm sorry, but to decline for reasons you can propose. So I'm very sorry.
Okay, that's quite a strange move because well, it has been, Robert's rule will be violated tonight because we have a nomination, we have an election, and seconded by the body. Are you declining? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Bigyan nyo na lang ng pagkakataon yung club to start. Tapos merong pangalan dun sa form. And then give yourselves the 2 months, the remaining term of office. If by the end of June, one tayo, then you just say, I'm stepping down, and then the position reopen for an election. Unless the entire club will decide for a new set of officers starting July 1st. So that is your option. So yung mga na-nominate ngayon, Mr. Rapadas, kung hindi ka pa naman alis. No, just... Yeah. Right, okay. So this is just for purposes of completing your forms, your application form. Ang sabi ko na, you will just serve out the remainder of the term of office from July 1st to June 30. If the club has to decide whether you want a new election and you want to re-elect the interim, pwede siguro yun. Kasi hindi naman full yung term of office. If you want one officer to step down and open it for election, that's fine. The important thing is you have to complete the formalities of the chartership.
Okay. I'm satisfied with your explanation, so I accept the... Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And okay, let's congratulations to everyone for, especially the newly elected officers of the Toastmasters Club. So let's give ourselves a warm applause for this achievement for tonight. And let me now turn over the microphone to Arlene.
Congratulations to the new set of our Toastmaster officers. Now, we must move on to the schedule of the Toastmaster Club regular meetings and the finalization of our venues.
I have a question to Mama. Is there a need for an induction or anything, or is there a formal induction?
It's up to you. It's entirely up to you. If you want to do it, you can do it during one of the meetings. It's one of the features of the meeting. In all the meetings, you can do so many creative things. You're not limited to a certain structure. But there are things that you have to accomplish and achieve during meetings, like project speeches, being able to evaluate, and being able to table topics. All the others, you can inject whatever you want to do, just to make your club really a novelty. Okay? There are 20 or more of you, so there are 20 or more creative juices flowing out of each one of you, so you cannot be limited. Your club has to be very creative.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So, and I think, Joe, what was the last count last time, the 22?
Record 22.
Actually, let's make it 23 because I think mom is also she will also be a member. So, we are actually starting the club with 23 members. And a lot, I think, are still coming once we've started the ball rolling. So, now let's go to the next business, which is the finalization of the venue. I think that this venue is one of the things that we are considering. So, may we have any comment from you guys? Anybody? Whether there's any objection, or I would like to make this venue, the tentative for the meantime, probably for the first 3 months of the club. And later on, we could probably, as we evolve, as we progress, we might have to find some more. But so far, we have been going around the city. In fact, I've been to 3 places. One is in Aliwan. Aliwan is a very small venue. And the price is almost the same, 50 Riyal per person, per meeting, including the venue already. And the other one is Sir Royal, which is the one by Filipino one. But I think Sir Royal will be more for the IIEE-SQC only because of the size of the venue. So I think if there are no objections from the body, we will tentatively make this place as the. Any comments before any comments from members? Any objection to this venue? To make it probably the first 2 months of our operation. No objection. So okay. So it is the body has decided to make this as the tentative venue for the. So at least everybody knows this place already. So okay. Now let's go to the next business, which is the finalization of the frequency of our meeting. I think it has been decided already together with the BOD that the meeting will be at least twice a month. That one I think is very clear for everybody. But the next one is the timing. I mean the date. So any suggestions from the body regarding the date of the meetings? Can we have your feedback, please? Regarding the date of, rather the day. Because timing is 7 to 9. Because everybody is coming from the offices. About this time is also okay. Yes, from the officers. Any comments regarding the date for the? We need 2 dates, no?
As I remember, we already conducted the survey, but I cannot remember what the date is. And also, we already conducted the survey for the timing. I remember 7 to 9 is not the 7:30 to 9.
7:30 to 9. Well, okay, I think Ma'am, that would be okay. 1 hour 30 minutes for the meeting. Is standard for the Toastmasters Club.
At least you have to do it 2 hours, 7:30 to 9:30 or 7:15 to 9:15.
So I think let's have now a decision whether to make it 7:30 to 9:30. Yes, ma'am.
Let me explain why that's. I think if you were in the meeting the first one, yeah, the demonstration meeting, and timing that we did was for 2 hours. But you see, every meeting you would have almost all the 20 should be able to have a role. That's why the 20 is important. It's called the charter strength, because if we make a list of all the roles that are going to participate during the meeting, everybody will not be sitting only. Okay? We have one Toastmaster of the evening, like what Arlene is doing. She's MC, okay, from top to bottom. And then you have at least minimum of 3 speakers on every meeting. That is the minimum. If the requirement is 5 speakers every meeting, so that's 5 already. So keep counting. For every speaker will have an evaluator, so that's already 10 plus 1, 11. Okay, and then you will have a general evaluator, 12. You will have a grammarian, you will have an accountant, and you will have a, what's the other one? A timer, okay? Right. And then you will have a table topic master. And then you will have table topic speakers. No, it's speakers. Speakers, at least 5. Yeah. Because the idea is for everybody to practice speaking. Okay? That's the whole idea. That's what the 20 is really the strength of the club. Alright? So if you're looking at the speeches, the timing of the speeches, very, very standard. For icebreakers, the first speech, you will have 4 to 6 minutes. You cannot speak below 4, you cannot speak over 6. you have a 30-second grace. So compute that. That's why, if you notice, if you brought home the agenda, you will see that a Toastmasters agenda, the timing is precise. Sinama na dyan yung oras nung tatayo, lalakad, okay? Magkakamayan, magka-handover, okay? Pabalik. So, kasama na dyan yung timing. Kaya yung 2 hours actually kulang. Kasi meron pa kayong, ang parts ng Toastmasters meeting would be the educational portion. Siyempre, yung umpisa yung mga announcements nila. Sabihin na, yung mga telepono nyo, i-off nyo, hindi pwede naka-on yung telepono, yung exit, fire exit for health and safety, nasaan yung toilets and all that stuff. Okay? So that's the job of the Sergeant at Arms. Ngayon, the President will welcome, siguro mga 1 minute siya, welcome, lalo na kung meron kayong mga guests. Okay, so that's a welcome. And then the handover to the Toastmaster of the evening, who is the MC. The Toastmaster of the evening will have a bit of talkies, what you theme of the evening, and then you will go to your educational program, which will compose of the 5 speakers, okay, and then the table topics speeches, 2 minutes, evaluation, 2 minutes. So kalkulahin niyo yung time na yun. 2 hours is maximum. If you really want to make the best out of the money that you're putting into the club, out of the time that you're spending in the club, out of the hassle of going through the traffic. So these are the factors you have to put together so that pagdating nyo dito, you know that after 2 hours, you've gained something. 20 yan na magko-contribute. You know, 20 times 20, 400 ba? 400 benefits. Or 399 per member. So, yan yung dynamics ng Toastmasters Club. Okay? Everybody has to be participating. Even yung mga guests eh. Pag may guests kayo, the guests usually participate in table topics. And then, syempre may mga awards yan. Kaya yung mga 5 na yan, may built-in contest yan during a Toastmasters meeting. Merong best speaker, merong best table topic speaker, merong best evaluator. Okay, so andun lahat. Pasok na lahat yung mga encouraging activities sa Toastmasters. So hindi kayo pupunta dito na wala kayong magawa sa bahay, mag-Toastmasters naman ako. No. Hindi ko i-pray dito. Because siguro kung ganun yung umpisang attitude, later on makikita nyo na, I want to be part. And then the roles rotate. Yun yung trabaho ng Vice President Education. Every meeting, meron kang listahan. O next meeting, ikaw ang Toastmaster of the evening, ikaw ang speaker, ikaw ang mag-monitor. Until such time na lahat ng members mo nakapagsalita na. Okay. May mga members na gustong matapos yung 10 projects. Kasi pag natapos mo yung 10 projects, halimbawa sa isang within the year or within 6 months, may mga challenges na binibigay ang headquarters eh. For example, during the months of probably March to May, i-challenge sa membership, bring 5 new members. Then you will get an award, you will get a ribbon dun sa inyong banner. So pag nakita niyo yung mga Toastmasters Club, yung mga ribbon nila, talagang, talagang lupay-pay na sa dami ng ribbons. Grabe ang competition among the clubs here. May mga, iba-ibang categories. Tapos there are times na, how many CTMs will you produce? CTM meaning yung nakatapos ng 10 projects. Okay? So darating yung time na yung club nyo, halos majority, matatapos na yung 10 projects. You will reach a point where your club will become an advanced club. Kasi after the 10 projects is the advanced level. Meron tayong mga clubs na ganyan din sa Doha. Natapos na lahat ng miyembro yung kanilang 10 projects. So now they have gone one notch higher. Advanced level na sila. Tapos yung leadership track pa. Ito communication talaga ito na yung pagsasalita. Yung leadership, every role that you take, being a Toastmaster of the evening, being a those table topics master being evaluated, meron kayo i-evaluate din kayo. May evaluation din yan. So that at the end of a particular completion of so many projects, you can be awarded the competent leader and then you can be a competent communicator. Nung time ko, wala yung competent leader. Basta sabak lang kami ng sabak sa mga roles, we were never rewarded for that. Yung communication part lang ang i-recognize. Pero ngayon, nakita ng Toastmasters na it's part of the training, hindi lang yung pagsasalita, hindi yung paggawa rin. Okay? So a lot of Toastmasters are doing that parallel, sabay. Kasi hindi naman yung speeches lang ang gagawin mo, tapos pagdating mo dito, nakaupo ka dyan, hindi ka magsasalita. Now, if you're taking a role, you will be evaluated by your fellow peers, your fellow Toastmasters. So very dynamic talaga ang dito makikita niyo na each one has to contribute. Hindi pwedeng hindi ka mag-contribute mapapahiya ka naman sa sarili mo pag hindi ka nag-contribute. Kasi talagang this is a very, sabi nga nila, this is a mutually beneficial club. Kaya pag absent si Arlene, yung upuan na yan, sayang, wala si Arlene, wala akong matututunan kay Arlene. Wala na siya matututunan sa the rest of you. Ganun yung mentality. Okay. So, 2 hours talaga. Yung ibang clubs, inaabot ng 3 oras. Kasi nag-business meeting pa yan eh. May business meeting pa kayo afterwards, like kung merong mga important issues that you have to discuss with the general membership outside of the executive committee. Yung mga elected officers, kayo yung executive committee. Okay? You are recognized as executive committee. And among all the clubs, pag training, all the presidents will be trained together, all the vice president education will be trained together. So may ganung activity. And ang ganda ng timing niyo kasi merong Toastmasters convention ngayong May. This is the Qatar Toastmasters convention, where all the Toastmasters in Qatar will gather, and all the winners of the contest from February up to April, end of April, contest time yan eh. So you will, next year, some of you will be entering contests. Okay? Magkakaroon ng contest sa club. Yung mananalo sa club will compete in the area. Yung mananalo sa area will compete in the division. And then the division winner will go to the district. The district winner will go to the US, to the main headquarters, for the international competition. Ganun katindi yun. So some of you will probably be already looking to be an international speaker, to be a humorous speaker, okay, or an evaluator, or a table topic speaker in yung mga contests. So this is a commitment actually. Being a Toastmaster is a commitment. Kaya yung mga asawang nandito, mag-join na rin kayo. Dahil ayaw yung isa lang ang mag-develop, gusto mo sabay kayo mag-develop, and it would be very good because you can serve as feedback to each other. Okay? Kasi pag naman nag-prepare ka ng speech mo, pag-practice ka syempre, hindi pwedeng pupunta ka rin hindi ka nakapag-practice. Hindi pwede. Because the VP Education can always say, or even the President can always say, you have to repeat your project because you did not achieve the goal. May objectives in bawat speech projects. For example, the speech project of icebreaker. It's about yourself. You talk about yourself. Minsan yung icebreaker, they really don't want to talk about themselves. They would rather talk about somebody else. And hindi, it's about yourself that's the goal, so that the rest of the members will know you better. Okay, so may mga goals siya. May speech about the use of gestures. Okay, how do you use your hands? How do you use your body and everything? So the evaluators will be guided as well because there are evaluation standards. So 2 hours. 2 hours. Not 7 to 9 na lang. Or 7:15. Hindi lang kayo ang mag-struggle. Lahat ng clubs nag-struggle, but they want to maintain the the benefits that they could get from the club. Napakita ko na yata ito sa inyo, no? Pero siguro hindi nyo masyadong pinansin kasi hindi pa masyadong sa charter. Sa charter, pag na-charter na kayo, each one of you will be charter members, meaning kayo yung founding member. Kaya yung mga asawa mag-join na kayo para founding members din kayo.
Kaya naman kami pupunta rin para makalasok kami sa asawa namin.
Hindi kami asawa nito.
On the record yan, on the record.
Okay, so lahat kayong charter members, you will come down sa history ng club niyo as a founding member. That's a very singular position that you can hold in the club. Kasi isang beses lang ang charter ng club. So kung charter member ka, ano yung pangalan mo as a charter member? You will receive your certificate as a charter member. Bigyan mo ka the work there headquarters. And then all the members, the new members, you will receive your new member kit. Okay? Each one of you will receive your new member kit. Kaya kailangan yung mga PO boxes ninyo is correct, accurate. Okay? Kasi kung ano yung ilalagay sa your record online, sa registration, yun doon nila ipapadala yun. Pag nagkamali kayo, it will take a bit of time to correct that. Okay? So you will receive this thing. See, you've got the main manual, which is the competent communication. Alright? So this is the competent communication. Andito yung 10 speeches. Alright? From icebreaker to inspiring your audience. So, andyan yung icebreaker, organizing your speech. Kasi pag nag-icebreaker, hindi pa naman organize, dapat kilala mo yung sarili mo eh. No? Get to the point, how to say it, meaning voice, your body speaks, vocal variety. So, by the time na gagawin mo yung 10, I mean, every speech na gagawin mo, yung skills na na-learn mo dun sa una, you ma-apply mo because you learn something. So, by the time na speech number 10 ka, oh my goodness, pwede ka lang kumandidato. Yeah. Inspire the audience. Okay? yun yung halfway, vocal variety. Yan, pwede kang magpatulog ng anak mo na hindi masyadong magtatagal because yung vocal variety would have improved or something like that. So this is your manual. And each manual, each speech, meron yang guidelines. Ano yung ibibigay sa'yo? Ano ba yung mga possible na topics na pwede mong gamitin in your speech? Kasi dapat akmayo sa goal set, diba? Yung goal. And then, meron yang merong evaluation. Okay, yeah, the icebreaker, andyan yan. And then there's the speaker's checklist, andyan. Ano to talagang kumbaga DIY? DIY as you prepare, pero may support ka ng entire club. Okay? And then there is the icebreaker evaluation. So during the speech, pag nag-deliver ka ng speech mo, ibigay mo yung handbook mo sa evaluator mo. And your evaluator will evaluate you with all these. And you keep this as a record kasi ito yung magiging basis ng iyong award sa CTM. Then it's certified on ng Vice President Education. Okay? So that's one. And then you've got your competent leadership. Okay? So nandito lahat yung roles na pwede mo gawin. Halimbawa, if you're doing the role of Toastmaster of the day, okay? That's what you're for. If you're doing a role of Toastmaster of the day, one of the skills na kailangan mong i-develop would be time management. Kasi maraming Toastmasters of the day, nakala nila sila yung main speaker. Makalala sila yung bida. Kaya nauubos minsan yung oras. Dahil yung Toastmaster of the day, siya yung salita ng salita. Ang dami yung materials kasi pagka may theme, marami kang materials. Pero actually, ikaw yung talaga yung nasa position na kailangan i-manage mo talaga yung time para masundan mo lahat yung agenda. Kung baga ikaw yung driver. Kailangan aalis ka on time, dadating ka on time. Okay? So, may mga ano yan, merong listening and leadership. Like for example, sa pagka-evaluator ka, ano yung skill na i-develop listening. Okay? So yan. You will be evaluated by your fellow applicant. Sabihin mo sa kung sino man, evaluate naman ako as a table topic semester. So everybody will have a chance to really be contributing to the development of each one. Okay? And then, together with that, may ibang mga yung maliliit na manuals which effective evaluation. Siyempre, you will have to learn how to evaluate. This is the heart of Toastmasters, evaluation. Baliwala yung speeches kung wala akong evaluation, kung wala akong feedback. And then this is about your speaking voice. How do you use your voice? Toastmaster, kanina lang. Nasa post mo siya. Nasa dyan tayo.
Patay tayo. Hindi ba pwedeng gumamit ng hindi natin?
Hindi ko magaling ba mo? Hindi sa parang kulang. One of the techniques that ginagamit, and a lot of us are learning from him. Yung gestures, your body. Kailan mo gagamitin yung mga gestures to emphasize the point. Okay? Oo, iba sinabi mo, I agree. Okay, and then, ito yung ikikitang, ikikit ninyo bawat isa kayo to monitor your progress. Each one of you will receive this. But the Vice President of Education will have a form to really monitor. Ang ginagawa ng ibang clubs, dinidisplay talaga yung chart dyan. Para yung mga hindi nag-i-speech, makikita, oy, nako, naiiwan pala ako. So everybody, kasi yung progress ninyo is the progress of the club. Kung lahat kayo naka-icebreaker, and after 4 months, puro icebreakers pa rin kayo, ay makikita, ay, ano ba yan? Bakit wala akong nag-speech 2, speech 3, or something like that. Okay, so, I'm really looking forward to you delivering your speeches, which we can actually start the next meeting. We can already start that for as long as you're able to remit the money para ma-count yung ating activities. Kasi they allow naman time na bago ma-charter, they know that we are already doing some things. Halos lahat ng Toastmasters gumagawa ng icebreaker speech, walang manual. Puro photocopy. Kasi hindi pa dumadating yung manual ginagawa na yung icebreaker. So we will reproduce the icebreaker guidelines for distribution to everyone. So yung mga gustong mag-introduce na themselves, then you have to do it. If you're afraid, you just have to do it afraid. Yes, fear is always there. Pero the icebreaker is the speech that will break the ice, yung fear mo, at saka yung hindi nila alam, right, about you. The idea is you want the club to be a good club. So you have to know one another. You have to introduce yourselves. Okay? So I hope I have not scared you. Pero kung nakapag-bite na kayo. Okay.
Thank you, Ma'am, for that enlightening us on the what lies ahead. Tonight, I would just try to clarify that we just found out that we will not be drawing lots tonight regarding the roles because, as Ma'am explained, it is to be assigned by the BP Education. So I shall be meeting you the executive officers. So I will schedule a meeting with executive officers very soon, and then first order of the day, of course, to already send our application, since we have already filled up. That is the greatest achievement tonight. We have to fill up already the set of officers, And incidentally, please, Arnel, please take note that we have to make sure that all the listing are accurate, because according to Ma'am, we are going to input it in actually in the website of the Toastmasters International. And I would like also to ask anyone here who has a credit card, so that we can, for payment, I think, we need a credit card. So we would probably be requesting some of you to, but we will give you the cash, in case, we'll give you the cash payment, and then you will just pay we'll use your credit card to pay to our due, so we can already have the, we will now be official as far as the International Toastmasters Club is concerned. Ma'am, regarding the banner, is it coming from?
You will have to order that. I brought the catalog of 2009 at kinuha yung requirements. But we will have to find out first kung ano-ano pa yung nasa charter kit. Kasi sa charter kit, there are other materials, like for example, from your what you call this, new member kit.
And there will be a separate payment also, ma'am, or just already part?
You have to order. That's
okay.
But if you're able to, you cannot have a banner made outside. It has to be from because they're protecting copyright. Yeah. So the banner has to be paid for. I think. Go to the website of the Toastmasters. Okay, www.toastmasters.org. Maraming materials, maraming information. All the information that I'm sharing with you are there and more. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me now hand over the floor to Arlene.
Thinking in parallel with Madam Judy, so the message is, don't be shy, don't be scared. We have a voice, let it be heard. Now, we're in the question and answers portion. If you've got any questions in mind, please feel free to raise it up, speak out our minds. And like a Karen, we know that Karen is really very powerful, and I know Madam Judith, that my colleagues in here, like Karen, are very powerful yet very silent at the moment. Then Madam Judith will be very, very supportive to answer all the questions that we have for this general meeting.
Any question? Okay, sino yung mag-icebreaker?
One question regarding the pin or something.
Okay, you will have to make a decision. But usually clubs have a charter night. This is like a party, a formal announcement where you invite friends and show what you're doing. Okay, so and then you do a mini meeting so that you can encourage other members to come, and this is where you can invite famous people like your ambassador or whoever as a guest speaker. But clubs have charter nights. This is like a debut of the club. This is the coming out of the club. This is the public announcement that we are a club now. So, and then you invite the big wigs of the Toastmasters here in Qatar and probably within the district. Toastmasters here in the Middle East is really, really growing. We are District 79, but I believe that Saudi Arabia will soon be declared as a separate district. So the Middle East will have 2 districts because ang dami na talagang clubs and everybody is really, really benefiting from Toastmasters. So Filipinos, you have a huge population here. So it would be good if you can also be a force to reckon with. Gagaling nyo magsalita, pakita nyo. Okay? So, pwede na siguro tayong, the pins. The pins will have to be paid for. Okay?
But it's running from
Yes, everything will be coming, all the materials are coming from the
It's supposed to be off.
my taxis there. I asked them for 9:30. Okay, no, it's okay. So the pins, I'm not sure whether they provide the pin for 20. I think they are providing the pin for 20. Yeah, I think so. Otherwise, you go through the catalog because there are things that you will have to get for the club. Kaya nga kailangan talaga may pondo kayo eh. Yung monthly, yung ano ninyo, yung membership ninyo. It's for the different things that you need for the club. For example, the ribbons of the best speaker, the best evaluator. Alam mo, ang ganda collection yun eh for Toastmasters. You get all the ribbons or the little certificates that are made available. That's one. But the banner is very important. You will have to order it from them because they will put they'll put the club number, the name of the club. It will be an official one. Okay? So, kailan ang next meeting? Ano ba yung napag-agreehan ninyo? Is it every first, third, every second, fourth, every... Yeah.
Actually, movement was actually second and fourth, right? Because the month that now anyway to set the date. Which I will set another meeting with this.
Ano na ba ngayon? Today's what?
25.
What Sunday is it today? It's the 4th. Okay. So it will be May 8th, I think. May 8th, yeah. Yung next meeting ninyo. But when you make a decision to meet, please really put it in your diary. Make it part of your schedule. Make it part of your routine. Make Toastmasters part of your stay here in Doha. If you're a member. Para hindi kayo masyadong mag-struggle. However you do with other schedules that you're doing, treat it the same way with Toastmasters. Isama niyo yan as a major thing. At saka maraming ginagawa ang district and division ngayon for the Toastmasters. Ang daming mga seminars, workshops na ginagawa that you can really benefit. It's being organized and usually those are free. Kasi may budget naman ang area eh. Okay, so maganda sana kung talagang masasubmit niyo ito, and then I can advise the district governor that the club is already submitted, and then during the convention it can be announced.
Within the week we will be submitting because
Yeah.
as soon as we get the finalized, because we are now 22, so we will already submit so that the names will not be checked.
Yeah. Only those who will be submitted, only those names that will be submitted for the chartership will be considered the chartered members. So, kung meron pang ibang gustong humabol, paalis na yung bus, pasakayin nyo na. Kahit na umabot pa na ng 30, much better. Para malaki yung charter membership niyo. So, and then, maganda yon because during the Qatar Convention, all the registered clubs will be required to attend that. We will have to be represented, and there will be a presentation of all the clubs. And hopefully, sana kung maaabot yung banner by that time, which I doubt, because it takes a bit of time to do all those. Maganda kasi yung banner, eh? Very class. So, but I'm sure when you submit everything, you will be included in the convention. Okay? So yun ang kapulin natin. Probably that will be the goal of the club. Right? Okay? Yes? The convention, I think, will be either middle of May. Middle of May, yan. I will get all the information, I'll pass them on to you kasi marami na ako nakikitang na mga information and announcements about the convention na hindi ko masyadong binabasa at the minute. So I will pass that on to you. Okay? Alright? So, yung gustong mag-icebreaker, siguro mag-ano na lang dun sa ating VP Education, ano? And then I will, because wala pang pwedeng mag-evaluate, okay? So, sa next meeting, we will have Toastmasters, experienced Toastmasters coming to do the evaluation. Kasi may hierarchy din yan eh. If you haven't done a speech, that particular speech, hindi ka pwedeng mag-evaluate. So kung hindi pa nagawa yung icebreaker, hindi ka pwedeng mag-evaluate. Pag nagawa mo na yung icebreaker, yung mga susunod, pwede mo na evaluate. Okay? Kasi na-experience mo na yun eh. Okay? So, just make sure that you have 5 speakers. Okay? I will probably give you the agenda and all the materials. Siguro kung pwede kayo mag-meeting, an executive committee could be, yeah. And then I can give you all the materials. All right. Thank you.
So for now, we need to hear the closing remarks from Engineer Robert Mamu.
We open here saying that the closing part is the hardest part of the program because people are sleepy, people are hungry, but it's not our case because we already had our dinner. Kidding aside, once again, good evening to everyone. Of course, congratulations to the new sets of officers. Let me recognize also and commend the committee who made this meeting possible tonight and everyone who in one way or another have helped bring this meeting into a success. Of course, your presence. In fact, I salute to all of you here because your presence is a token of your commitment of these new organizations. A token that shows that you really manage your time, where we all know that we just came from the office, and I know others have made excuses from their wives, as we have heard a while ago. So, it's a closing part, but a beginning of a new milestone and a new challenge for us. I was looking into the statistics. We had 12 turnout out of 17 who really committed or paid. So we got 17% almost. And if we will see out of 22, 17 have paid. So it's almost 70% as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Then, what I was trying to forecast is that let us work together, get at least 31 members so that the 70% of 31 is 22. We will be having exactly 22 people in every meeting. It's not bad for an organization to having that statistics of presence, which is that will cover up for those who will be going vacation, those that were having some emergency, a date of somebody really insisting to be with her or with him all the time. So I guess it's a milestone done by all of us who are here tonight, and we look forward for a successful organization. Your commitment, our commitment, is really needed to keep us moving. God bless and have a nice evening to everyone.
To end this general meeting, I would like to depart with this message. We have to stick to the fight when we're hardest hit. It's when things seem worse that we mustn't quit. Have a nice day.
I walk to the horizon, and there I find another. It all seems so surprising, and then I find that I know. You go there, you go for her. I go there, I reach for her. You stay, we go to anywhere. The moon upon the ocean is swept around in motion, but without ever knowing the reason for its blowing. In motion on the ocean.